Oh, darling viewers, have you ever wondered what secrets lie behind the glowing windows of those perfect 1950s homes as night falls? What hidden rituals keep everything so impeccably serene? Tonight, we're peeling back the curtain on the enigmatic evening routine of the quintessential housewife. There might be a twist or two that leaves you guessing. If you're hooked already, hit that subscribe button right now for more captivating glimpses into yesteryear's domestic mysteries. Who knows what we'll uncover next? As the clock strikes 7, our housewife steps into her domain, the kitchen, heart of hidden wonders. What's that gleam in her eye? Is it just the reflection of the chrome faucet, or something more? She dons her apron, ties it with a flourish, and attacks the dinner remnants. Pot roast drippings, vanquished with a swipe of her sponge. But wait, why does she pause, glancing at the window? Could there be an unexpected visitor lurking in the dusk? No time to ponder. Dishes plunge into soapy depths, emerging spotless. She whispers to herself, a clean sink for a clear mind. But what thoughts swirl in that mind tonight? The suds bubble up like questions unanswered, each plate stacked with precision, drying rack gleaming under the light. She hums a little tune, perhaps Blue Moon, letting the melody carry her through the task. But every so often, her eyes dart to the clock. Is time slipping away, or building toward some evening revelation? Curiosity builds as she wipes counters with her special vinegar mix. Does it hold the key to eternal shine, or is there a family recipe passed down in whispers? Pantry doors creak open, jars aligned like soldiers on parade. Flour, sugar, baking powder, all checked and rotated for freshness. But what's this? A hidden note tucked behind the baking soda jar? She tucks it away quickly, leaving us wondering about its contents. Could it be a love letter from days gone by, or a reminder of a forgotten errand? The icebox hums softly as she opens it, inspecting tomorrow's breakfast essentials. Fresh eggs from the market, crisp bacon strips, a bottle of milk still cool from the morning delivery. Her hand lingers on a covered dish. Is it leftover pie, or perhaps a special treat she's saving for a midnight indulgence? Organization isn't just a habit, it's her armor against the unknown chaos that dawn might bring. She labels a new jar of spices, the aroma of cinnamon wafting out, teasing the senses with promises of future delights. Into the living room now, where shadows dance from the flickering television screen. Hubby lounges with his evening newspaper, but she fluffs the pillows with purposeful intent. What's that faint rustle under the sofa? A child's lost toy, or a clue to some evening mischief afoot? She dusts the mantel with her feather duster, her eyes darting to the family photos framed in silver. Smiles frozen in time, but do they hide stories untold? Laughter from picnics past, or quiet moments of joy? The Afghan is folded precisely over the armrest. End tables are wiped clean, reflecting the warm lamplight. A tidy room invites peace, she muses aloud. But peace from what, exactly? The day's unspoken tensions, perhaps? Or anticipation of night's quiet surprises? She straightens a crooked lampshade, ensuring the light falls just right for reading. Family time beckons in the evening glow. A cup of chamomile tea is poured for hubby. Does it soothe more than just nerves, or carry a hint of something herbal and mysterious? They chat softly, his tales from the office, filled with deals and deadlines, her victories in the garden, where roses bloom despite the odds. But her smile hints at secrets kept close, a knowing glance that sparks wonder. Then off to the children's room for bath time rituals. Bubbly suds fill the tub, scrubbing away the day's adventures from grubby knees and sticky fingers. Why the extra scrub tonight, with scented soap that smells of lavender fields? Towels warmed on the radiator envelop them in coziness, pajamas buttoned up snug as a bug. Story time unfolds with The Secret Garden, pages turning slowly, fittingly chosen, as if planting seeds of curiosity in young minds. What adventures await in their dreams? She tucks them in with forehead kisses, lights dimmed low, but whispers sweet dreams and remember the magic words. Magic! Our curiosity peaks higher. What enchantment does she weave? Pampering calls as the house quiets. The day dress is carefully hung in the closet, nightgown slipping on like silk mystery. At the vanity, makeup is removed with cold cream, massaged in gentle circles, erasing the day's facade or concealing deeper traces. What's in that vanishing cream jar? A promise of eternal youth, or just the comfort of routine? She applies witch hazel toner, the cool splash refreshing her skin, followed by a dollop of lotion for hands worn from housework. But she pauses, staring into the mirror. Is she reflecting on the day, or glimpsing a future hint? Hair is sectioned into pin curls, secured with bobby pins, a satin scarf tied over top to ward off bedhead. Teeth are brushed with minty paste, a quick gargle leaving her fresh as a daisy. If time allows, a warm bath is drawn. Epsom salts dissolve, a few drops of lavender oil swirling in the steam. Soaking away cares, she emerges rosy and renewed. But renewed for what purpose in the night ahead? Preparation is the secret to tomorrow's smoothness. She lays out her ensemble, a crisp cotton dress in soft pastels, nylons without a single run, sensible heels polished to shine. Hubby's shirt is ironed crisp, ready on its hanger, his lunch packed in the briefcase, a tuna salad sandwich on fresh bread, a ripe apple, thermos filled with black coffee. But why an extra cookie slipped in? A sweet gesture, or a subtle bribe for good behavior? A glance at the wall calendar, PTA meeting circled in red, Bidge Club noted in blue. All events accounted for, but one entry slightly smudged, intentional or a slip of the pen hiding something. She jots a quick shopping list on notepaper. Flour for baking, eggs for breakfast, that new Jell-O flavor everyone's raving about in the magazines. But at the bottom, surprise item. What could it be, this enigmatic addition? As the clock ticks onward, she ensures the house is secure. Doors are locked with a satisfying click, windows latched against the night breeze. A final walkthrough, light switched off in the hallway, thermostat dialed low to save on the electric bill. Back in the bedroom, she might read a chapter from Betty Crocker's picture cookbook, gathering inspiration for meals to come, or flip through Ladies' Home Journal for Taschen tips. Prayers are said softly, thanking the good Lord for blessings, a loving family, a comfortable home nestled in suburbia, the simple joys of homemaking. But does she add a quiet plea for something more, a whisper into the darkness? As she drifts toward sleep, content yet curious, we wonder, will the deepening night reveal these enigmas? The routine holds more layers, darling. Stay with us as the whispers grow.
Deeper into the evening, as twilight fades to true night, our housewife's routine continues like an unfolding novel, each chapter laced with subtle intrigue. What whispers does the old house share when the world outside quiets to a hush? We've glimpsed shadows of secrets so far. Now let's dive further, where curiosity simmers like a pot left on low. Imagine the possibilities lurking in these familiar tasks. They might just surprise you. The kitchen echoes with the last clatters of the day, but she's not quite done. Silverware is polished to a mirror shine. Why the extra effort tonight, as if reflecting moonlight, or perhaps signaling across the room? Cabinets are reorganized with care, canned goods rotated by date, ensuring nothing goes to waste in this thrifty household. But her fingers brush against a forgotten envelope tucked in the back, sealed tight, addressed in elegant script. A letter from a distant relative, or maybe an old flame? Curiosity stirs as she seals it away again, leaving the mystery intact for another time. The stove is wiped down meticulously, oven door checked for any lingering embers. Fire's out, she notes with a nod. But is the metaphorical one truly extinguished or smoldering beneath the surface? She brews a small pot of decaf coffee, the aroma filling the air, not for drinking now, but to warm the thermos for morning. Down the hallway, the tidying extends into lesser-seen corners. Coats are hung straight in the closet, shoes aligned in neat rows on the rack, but one pair bears fresh mud, evidence of an afternoon escapade in the yard. Whose footprints, and what story do they tell? Into the parlor she goes, curtains drawn closed against the peeking stars. But before fully shutting them, a quick peek outside. The street lies empty under street lamps, or is that a shadowy figure passing by? Pillows on the settee are adjusted once more, radio tuned low to a jazz station for background melody. It soothes the soul, or perhaps drowns out intrusive thoughts from the day. She straightens the books on the shelf, spines aligned, but one volume is slightly askew, its pages dog-eared at an intriguing passage. Evening bonds with the family tighten in these quiet hours. A round of hot cocoa is stirred up for everyone. Secret ingredient folded in? Mini marshmallows floating like clouds, or a dash of something more exotic like nutmeg? Hubby lights his pipe, puffing thoughtfully as they share stories from the day. Laughter rings out, but there's a pause in the conversation, an unspoken worry hanging in the air, perhaps about finances or the neighbor's gossip. Baths for the little ones continue if needed, scented bath salts added to the water, rubber toys bobbing like clues in a detective game. Why does the rubber duck seem to quack with knowing amusement tonight? Pajamas are changed into fresh ones, bedtime tales shifting to mysteries from Sherlock Holmes, planting clues and riddles in impressionable minds. The game is afoot, she reads, her voice dropping to a dramatic whisper. Self-care becomes shrouded in the misty veil of night. Makeup remnants are fully banished, but a small blemish is carefully concealed with a touch of powder, from the day's labors or something else. Creams and toners are applied like potions, rose water for glow, almond oil for softness. What's the allure of that particular jar handed down from her mother? Hair is curled meticulously with hot rollers if pin curls aren't enough. For whom does she primp so carefully in the privacy of home? The bath deepens, bubbles popping like bursting questions, steam carrying away tensions. Emerging from the tub, she glows with a renewed vigor, transformed, ready for whatever the night holds. At the planning desk, outfits are laid out with even greater detail. Patterns on the dress matched to accessories, a brooch pinned just so for flair. But why the bolder choice of colors tonight, a deeper red than usual? Hubby's precisions are double-checked, sandwich wrapped in wax paper, fruit polished, a handwritten note slipped inside. Words of encouragement or a coded message of affection? The calendar is consulted again, appointments jotted, but one slot marked with a question mark. An impromptu gathering or a personal quest? Shopping list expanded. Vegetables for stew, thread for mending, plus that elusive elixir. Could it be a new beauty tonic from the drugstore ads? Security rounds commence as the hour grows late. Every lock is turned with a twist, bolts slid into place, protection against the unknown outside. Thermostat adjusted down further, conserving energy for the household budget. A check of the basement door just in case. Echoes from down there. Or mere imagination. Reading resumes at bedside, a detective yarn full of twists, pages turning eagerly. Does she identify with the sleuth, piecing together daily puzzles? Prayers rise in the stillness, gratitude for health, for the roof overhead, for children's laughter, but an added invocation for guidance through uncertainties, a soft plea into the ether. Sleep begins to claim her, but dreams hover at the edge, hinting at forthcoming revelations. What layers remain in this nocturnal tapestry? The mysteries deepen, pulling us along.